Good evening, Speed Gaming 2, and welcome to this presentation of the Super Metroid Dash Mystery Tournament 2024. On the left side of your screen, we have PapaSchmo, henceforth known as Pops. On the right side of your screen, we have Smelon, henceforth known as Smelon. My name is JXB Adam. I am joined on tracking by Nubian God and in the booth by none other than the one and only Salty Pigeon 87. Salty, how's it going this evening?
Oh, pretty good. We have a real interesting matchup. I believe these players are both in the 2-2 part of the bracket in week 5 here. So the winner will be getting a spot in the playoffs, and whoever loses will have another chance next week.
That's absolutely correct. And this is a mystery tournament, so we don't know a lot of our settings. We are going to be discovering them just as the runners discover them as they go throughout the seed.
And they'll probably discover them faster than we do.
Sometimes. I've seen at least one race where the commentators figured out the mode faster than the runners did, and that was quite an interesting one. So the only thing I can say for sure is we will not find either of our suits in criteria. Chat, if you want to put some guesses in as to which suit will be found first and which area the suit will be in, go for it. We just have a regular charge beam tonight and no full countdown.
Pop's wearing the special Samus Ghost armor. Doesn't do anything for defense, but it looks cool.
Yeah, it's supposed to make Fantoon more friendly, but I don't think it works.
We'll see. Maybe Fantoon will pop up with a twirly mustache and a monocle for his giant ghost eye.
Tell me that wouldn't be the most amazing sprite hack you've ever seen.
That would be pretty cool.
All right, we have our runners making their way down to the Morph Ball pedestal, which may tell us whether we're in Major, Minor, or Chozo, or it might just leave it as a mystery for another moment in the seed. And it's the Morph Ball on the pedestal, so as usual, I know absolutely nothing yet.
We know there's regular charge, so no dash starter.
That's right. If we want to do the beam damage to the bosses, we're going to have to find the charge beam tonight.
Or have a fun ammo pickup party. Starting with this, super missile.
All right, well, so far we still don't know anything. Let's see if the ceiling E-Tank item gives us a clue. Please don't be an E-Tank. All right, it's a super missile. That tells us we are in Chozo tonight. Or at least we are highly, highly likely to be in Chozo tonight. There is a scenario where that could be a super missile and not be Chozo. If that scenario has happened, I will make sure to explain it.
Maybe I curse the runners with a surprise all Fantoons type of situation. We'll see.
Ooh, that would be spicy, spicy, spicy.
A lot of supers, no explosives, no energy.
Yeah,
Don't
we're
have
heading.
a whole lot to check at the moment. It's got to be BT.
We're going to go to BT, and if we are in area randomization, we do have one portal available to us, I think, to the right of landing site.
Yeah, so BT needs to bring something to us, or we only have one way to go.
And of course, Lotta sync early. The seed really hasn't given us any way for our runners to desync yet, but hopefully that will happen soon. All right, BT, what you got for us tonight? Ooh, cheeseburgers, yum. And And that does actually confirm. I'm pretty sure that confirms we're in Chozo. And those power bombs do give us some access to quite a few different places now. So let's see where the runners choose to go.
230. Chozo mode makes sense. I would have forgotten and just gone left. I think. Well, at least if I was running right now, I would have forgotten it.
Yeah, if you suspect you're in Chozo mode, you always want to get to 230 quickly, just because this could be something silly like a speed booster or a high jump boot, a space jump, some nice movement item that can give you a real advantage over your opponent.
That's already both of our supers in Chozo.
And I think all of our power bombs too. So we're down to like
Yep.
2 missiles that'll be on Chozo statues, and all the rest will be good pickings.
Well, 3 of them will be tanks and 1 reserve, but yeah, we have a much higher chance of getting stuff now.
All right, we get some missiles at Terminator, and I'm pretty sure our runners wouldn't turn their nose up to some tanks right now.
Yeah, I'm thinking this has to be area.
And it's vanilla.
Oh, it is. See how I did that?
That was amazing, Salty. You got to do more of that this seed. Like, I'm thinking this is supposed to be Ridley, just when they're walking into Kraid's lair, and then bam, Ridley. And then I'm thinking this is supposed to be Ridley when they get to like Fantoon, and bam, Ridley.
Well, I'm normally right twice a race, and it's still early, so I got plenty of time to say something right.
Okay, so Pony Swag has asked, what is the case when an E-Tank becomes a super when not in Chozo? So first off, we have found the gravity suit, which is those magical pancakes that makes the life so much better in this game. But that case is a special case with surprise bosses, because bosses give extra rewards. It's when there's no Fantoon in the seed. There's actually an extra boss reward in the seed, so it has to replace one of the majors with an item, and I believe it always chooses a super missile. And thank you, is it Ditmook or Dietmook, for reminding us that the player who defeats Mother Brain and gets back to the ship first will win, unless, of course, it's super, super close and we have to do a frame count.
Well, yeah, I completely agree. You know, if Samus is going to be running down in the Torian, and she kills Mother Brain before the other Samus does, then that Samus is probably going to win the game.
So now it looks like PapaSchmo has a watermelon suit.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one before. That's an odd kind of gravity suit. Unfortunately, we'll never see the color for the Varia suit.
Yeah, that's the downside of getting gravity first, but all of our people in chat who predicted gravity first, congratulations, a winner is you. You get a lifetime supply of being able to watch Super Metroid Dash Randomizer seeds, courtesy of SpeedGaming. Unfortunately, I think everybody else in chat also gets that, including all the people not in chat. But hey, you know, we're nice here. Everyone's a winner. Participation seeds for everyone. All right, we're gonna see what Spospo's hiding. It's our first E-Tank. Another question in chat: are there alternative win conditions in Dash Randomizer? No, there are not. The only win condition is beating all the bosses, beating Mother Brain, and getting back to the ship.
Yeah, so you won't see anything special win-wise in this tournament. There are some other rare win conditions that can be done, but none in this one.
Yeah, maybe we'll see a bingo tournament. And there's the Varia suit down at the charge beam. Wow.
Both suits in green Bryn, in a vanilla seed. This is looking pretty much jet to me.
Honestly, the jet is fueled and ready for takeoff.
Hopefully it doesn't tear its Achilles again.
You know, that was really a shame that last time that happened.
I know, you know, it was like the 4th play of the season, and then the season was already
Yep.
over.
Well, just for that jet, but then there was another jet and it was okay.
I think so. I don't know. That was the only one I watched. At least that year.
So, question in chat: Ice Beam or Dash for Go mode? We need Ice Beam. We need Speed Booster. Either of those for Bot Wound access, and we then need either Charge Beam or a little more ammo. We still don't have ammo for Go mode, but there's a lot of checks along the way. Ooh, this is
very
spicy.
tough check here by Smelon, but pulling it off nicely so far.
In the meantime, we have PapaSchmo going up Red Tower, I believe, going to head to the 2 majors here. Red Tower, 2 majors in Chozo. Very, very nice.
Well done by Smelon there. And there's the Ice Beam we were just talking about. So that paid off pretty big time for Smelon going this way.
Yes, that was excellent getting the early gravity. My goodness, that's an X-ray room, not a gravity room. What is wrong with you? Why can you not speak, Adam?
Things happen.
It does. So Smelon rewarded with the Ice Beam. PapaSchmo grabbing the Wave Beam down here at Alpha Missiles.
Yeah, so Smelon has a nice edge. So
Question
far.
is that a sequence break to the logic? With the items we have currently, yes, this is a sequence break that Smelon has performed.
I think with Varia that's incorrect. Because Varia is the damage reduction.
We don't have a can fly. We don't have any way of getting up there.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. It could have been correct if the logic was different. See how that works? If the logic isn't what it is, then we can make it something else.
And honestly, that's what we like to do. We make the logic the thing that makes chat the happiest. And I know what's going to make chat the happiest on Smelon's side. It's our favorite beam, the Spazer.
Also known as the wide beam to anyone that likes handheld Metroid. Or we can just call it the Space Laser.
I like Space Laser. It's such an amazing name, and we're going to go ahead and bomb open the tube and just keep going because we know exactly where everything goes in this vanilla map.
Yeah, I think Kraid's closet is going to be over here on the portal to the right, where Smelon's going. And
hey, good call. Look at that. Right now, the 2 runners are very close together. Smelon does have the X-ray check on PapaSchmo. However, we don't know our boss situation, and Ridley over here at Kraid is still not killable with this amount of energy. Except, we have Varia, so never mind. Actually, we could absolutely murder that Space Pelican.
And ice is a big advantage to not have to be checking extra Chozo spots later on. Maybe not a huge advantage, but Smelon definitely has a nice little edge at the beginning of the match here.
Yeah, the only other thing that gives Smelon is if PapaSchmo never gets ice, that means PapaSchmo is going to have to power bomb out the Metroids. Not as fast as ice, but not as slow as people make it out to be.
Well, see, chat's saying that ice is a big advantage, but I don't think it's a huge advantage. Is it colossal? Maybe. Is it giant? No, I don't think so. But it could be gargantuan. And these are the things we have to discuss, chat, to see what kind of an advantage it really is. And it's Phantoon.
Ooh. And we have shuffled bosses because we can see Phantoon is the boss of Wreck Ship tonight. So, shuffled it is. Well, you see, pigeons care about size, especially when it comes to the breadcrumbs that people are dropping. There's a right size and a wrong size.
That's
like
exactly
too small,
what I was about to say.
Too small, it's not good. Too big, it's not good. You got to get it just. There's a Goldilocks zone for these breadcrumbs. As both of our runners.
Don't be all Michael Scott throwing me entire slices of bread in the park. Need you to crumple it up a little bit.
Ooh, that was
Nice
a
Doppler by
reasonable air
Smelon.
Doppler. That air Doppler's not easy to do, and Smelon did that one well. In the meantime, PapaSchmo doing battle with the ghost as well. So what we're going to see, because Fantoon is the boss of Wreck Ship with that WS up there, that means that the E-Tank location here is not going to open up. Not that that matters. That E-Tank's just going to be a minor. The real major is going to be behind Kraid himself. Herself. Never really talked about Kraid that much like that.
I haven't thought about it. It's just a gigantic lizard to me, so. And it wants to kill me. So I if something wants to kill me, I don't really care. I just want to get away from it.
That's completely fair. No, I called Fantoon the boss of Wreck Ship because the top right shows WS on the Fantoon boss screen. But Fantoon is definitely the boss that we found renting out Kraid's lair. I hope that Fantoon got a good deal on that.
Yeah, I would think so, because Fantoon has the best ocean property in the entire game. Or ocean-side property, I guess, Dragon lives in the ocean. Fantoon's place is a little prettier on the outside. Needs better mate service, though. That ship is a mess.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Ghosts tend to let the place go to shambles. But I hear the electric bill is really nice for him. And there's one of our Chozo missiles at the ice beam for Smelon.
That's a good trade-off.
All right, PapaSchmo now entering Upper Norfair. Gonna do the same ice beam check. Makes sense. This is a Chozo statue. In Chozo mode, Chozos are very important, and we're gonna see if Smelon gets this mock ball out of here. Looked good. There it is. Nice ice escape for Smelon.
And this was one of our missiles, right? So nothing huge up here.
No. This is disappointment in a Chozo, basically. Or I guess on a Chozo. I don't know. And holy cow, look at all the supers in this seed, Salty.
Yeah, I think Ridley's already dead. We're gonna walk into the room and he's just gonna be hanging over a stool or something.
And here we see one of those places that ice beam did come in handy, being able to do that ice escape for Smelon, whereas PapaSchmo has to take the slightly longer way. We're slowly getting E-Tanks. We did find an E-Tank at the high jump boots, and PapaSchmo picked up another E-Tank somewhere else that Smelon did not get.
And if these runners feel good about lower energy, lower Norfair, then we can really route this nicely. And vanilla map it, go Ridley, Dragon, Fantoon, and get out. This is actually looking nice for the runners. More supers.
Wow.
My goodness.
So, funnily enough, if we want to call funnily a word, which I'm absolutely going to do.
Yeah, like those
Smelon
cakes that you get at the fair. Funnily
absolutely.
Cakes.
Those are delicious.
Oh, yeah.
But to keep my mind on Super Metroid, we're really close to ammo go mode already. It's crazy.
Yeah, with this many supers, we're very close. Pops needs some more. Well, they both need more regular missiles, but another 25 of them should be the trick. But if more supers keep dropping, never mind. I don't know.
I don't know what the ratio of supers versus regulars is. I know in this tournament there are two different ammo distributions that we can roll. We could roll 3-2-1, which is 3 missiles, 2 supers, 1 power bomb, that sort of distribution. Or we could roll a 2-1-1, 2 missiles, 1 super, 1 power bomb. And I have no idea what's rolled on here. I would guess 3-2-1 just based on the amount of supers, but I don't know, man. Rando gonna rando.
For go mode, I think it's 45-55, and then every 3 missiles extra, you can have 1 less super, or something like that. It's something close to that.
The minimum is 40
50.
60. 4060 actually, and there's another E-tank right outside of the speed booster location. So that's got Smelon in E-go mode, the same as PapaSchmo. Yeah, 55-55, I believe, is the minimum with no refills.
Oh, that's another good point. Yeah, can't refill supers down there. Can refill the regulars though.
Yep. And you do want to be able to do a Zeb skip with that, because that does not take into account missiling out the Zebs.
Definitely. So that's why Ice is extra huge and Colossus and Gargantuan for Smelling at the moment.
Absolutely. Ice Beam makes the Zeb skip much easier, though it is still possible with the speed booster.
Yeah, very, very tricky though. But I'm sure both these guys can do it.
Yeah, it's just I think a stutter 3 or something.
Yeah, stutter 3 tap. But I'm pretty sure both these guys know that. Maybe they're not super comfortable with it, but if they had to do it, I'm sure they could.
I was going to say, I know that, and I definitely can't do that. We get Morph Ball bombs at our Wave Beam location. That is a can fly and a way up worst room in the game. Practically go mode for Smelon. And if anybody's wondering why I say practically go mode, it's because we still have plenty of miners in our way between here and the end of the game. And Smelon is just like, I got 4 E-tanks, bunch of ammo. I'm going to go down and see if I can do some pelican hunting.
Yeah, if Smelon finds just a couple more supers or missile packs along the way, everything's going to be Jolly Roger Bay.
Yeah, if PapaSchmo continues just following Smelon and Smelon keeps this speed up, I anticipate Smelon's going to win this race. But again, now I'm doing what would we call it? John Madden Super Metroid commentary.
I did some of that earlier. Someone in chat was helping me be goofy about that.
Yeah, I'd say definitely at this point I wouldn't be as worried about beams, given just how many supers this seed has had. So one of the real bosses of area randomization is remembering that you don't get that refill going down into Torian.
That's a good point. Yeah, you want to keep that in the back of your minds. Whenever you get this 1 in 3 chance of rolling vanilla map, make sure you stop at the ship, or you're well equipped at some farm location before you just head down there.
Yeah, Smelon pulled off a nice gravity jump lava dive and is now into Lower Norfair. Going right, not bothering with the GT item. That is a potential item spike that PapaSchmo could have on Smelon should PapaSchmo choose to check that Chozo.
It had to be something really helpful, like space jump or speed, to make up for the time of checking it, though.
Yeah, I was thinking the speed booster would be probably the only thing that could make up that time. Though space jump still has a lot of utility. If we could go 10 minutes in the past, we could have PapaSchmo turn off the gravity suit but leave the Varia suit on. Then we could see the color.
Well, we might get a we might get it right here with this lava dive.
Yep, we see Smelon
bombs, but
yep, we do see Smelon doing the IBJ here in worst room.
Oh, the color's gonna look really weird under the lava.
Yeah, you'll catch it for just a second when we come out of the lava. In the meantime, Smelon is into amphitheater.
It almost looks like a regular gravity suit, at least in that room. But back to watermelon, Samus.
Well, that's how you want to roll. You want to roll with all the protection you can get. Smelon down here, deftly avoiding these key hunters and continuing on, approaching Wasteland.
An apple. That's a pretty good one too. That works.
Yeah, I mean, Apple Samus, that does I can see that. I really can. Wow. Okay, and so here is what I was talking about with this GT check, but this has to almost
big.
Yeah, this has to be speed or space jump, or this is not going to
maybe screw
work out well
for lower Norfair, but yeah, it has to be one of the first two, most likely. Okay, that's the third
vanilla
best option, I guess, because now Pops will have an easier time down in LN, but
yeah, but still has to IBJ out of this room.
Yeah, so I think this is at best a wash.
I think with it being screw attack, it's worse than a wash, unfortunately. But Pop's gonna get the IBJ going, not doing the doubles, and we've got good old Rodney down here in Lower Norfair.
There's nothing wrong with a good wash. You want to keep up on your personal hygiene.
You know, we don't push that enough around here for people. Just personal hygiene, it's very important, and I'm not saying anybody has bad personal hygiene, but a good reminder is always a welcome thing.
Yeah, the comms booth isn't really a booth per se. I've never seen a fellow commentator's face, so I wouldn't know what any of them smell like.
So if it makes you feel better, seeing my face won't tell you what I smell like, but it will tell you that I do have a face for commentating. And there's the Spood Beaster behind Ridley. Man, this seed is coming up all smelling so far.
This is a super melon seed for him. We got the melon on the left and the super on the right. Just the way the things worked out.
All right, and we are seeing the utility of that screw attack coming in. We didn't have to use a bunch of super missiles on these pirates, but we still have to IBJ up this worst room in the game.
I mean, we could do the one-frame wall jump on the left if we wanted to.
Yeah, there is hypo jump, but that is, as you have said, a one-frame trick, and if you're not practiced in it, you might be there for a little while.
Yeah, maybe 1 or 45 minutes. Depends on the day.
For me, it doesn't. I'm gonna be there for the rest of my life. Sorry.
No, I think if you work really hard and practice at it, you could get out of there before you're dehydrated and get a sip of water and keep on living.
Okay, that's like 2 days, but then you gotta keep in mind the sleep deprivation that would go on. But man, have we gotten off track as PapaSchmo is getting down here into Wasteland, smelling in our Lower Norfair escape. Just, the jet is just flying tonight.
Alright, just missiles at powerbomb location. More supers for Smelon. Everything Smelon has done so far, every check has just paid off. Especially that X-ray check.
Yeah, that X-ray check could have been a real punishing check. Could have ended up being something you don't really want, like a X-ray.
Yeah, but and it was out of logic too. But still, paid off huge. I guess it's just one of those things where if you feel it in your gut, you just go for it.
Question in chat, is Fantoon still lit up because they need to kill that boss? No, Fantoon's still lit up because we have to kill the boss and wreck ship. And oh, look at the key hunters gathering here. Makes that third spot nice and easy to get through. PapaSchmo going into the Ridley fight. 45 supers ready to show this little pelican who's boss. And who is boss? PapaSchmo is boss.
I thought he was Pops. Now I gotta call him Boss?
You gotta call him Boss Pops.
Okay. That's not unreasonable. I concede to those demands.
And Smelon checking Norfair Reserve. This is an interesting check. I think just looking for the final little pieces of ammo to be in go mode.
Yeah, this one kind of makes sense with 3 checks back here. Actually a little surprised he didn't go back for the other 2.
Well, I think just the one. The other 2 are not trivial, and his energy is not the greatest for running back there. And there is the Spood Beaster for PapaSchmo.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pops really needed that that Beaster to be over at Screw Attack.
Absolutely, and we see Smelon back in Upper Norfair, exiting Bubble Mountain through the Frog Speedway, putting that Spood Beaster to good use.
Pop's using it to get out of Plower House real quick. Good to see. Now it's like a speed run.
Wait, this wasn't a speed run before?
Well, now it's a more speedier speed run.
That's because they have the Spood Beaster.
Yeah, that's the whole John Madden thing I was doing.
That's perfect. Honestly, you're doing a great impersonation of John Madden right now. I can't even tell that it's Salty here in the booth with me. I think John's here with me.
Well,
Question in... Oh, go ahead.
Nope, you go ahead.
I was just going to say, we have a question in chat. Can we talk about Papa having run map to the Y button? We can talk about it, but honestly, we just let the runners do their thing because, quite frankly, the runners know what they're doing better than we do.
That makes me think that Pops might be originally an NES player, maybe Mario, and that Y is the B on the NES. So that's the run button for Mario, and then you jump with the other side of your thumb. That's my best guess.
See, and you thought Salty was just going to John Madden all of the commentary here with the actual thoughtful analysis of why you might map run to the Y button.
Yeah, that one actually made some kind of sense. I'm not supposed to make sense. That's not my job. Unless I'm calming alone, then I'll do my best to make sense because there's no one to put me back on topic. I gotta keep myself on topic.
It can be rough. I mean, there is such a thing as having a rough pigeon's life, and we see that Smelon did check Aqueduct, grabbed an E-tank and another missile pack. That is what we call uncomfortable ammo go mode right there. And that is absolutely... Yeah, speed and ice, we can get through Botwoon Hallway no problem. And actually, we didn't talk about it, but the speed booster was good for Pops here because now Pops does have a way through this hallway. Just very far behind, unfortunately.
Man, I wish for the Madden experience I could actually take your screen for chat in Twitch land and draw like yellow line circles around it. Like, see, if Samus is over here, and then she runs to the right, it's gonna split the defenders. And then I could just draw all over your screen for you and keep erasing it. I think that'd be pretty fun. And then I'd go, boom, Tough Acton, not sponsored. And yeah, I'd do that for
Hashtag never sponsored, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, John Madden sure loved Brett Favre. That was his favorite name to say.
All right, we've got Smelon still doing a few ammo checks. Gonna get another pack of missiles. That makes us slightly more comfortable with our ammo, but we're still a little ways from truly ammo comfort. It looks like the supers might have started drying up here in the Zed. And boom, just like that, we find that Kraid is down here in the ocean. Kraid, what are you doing, my man?
We got a full boss flip-flop-a-rooney going on in this one. All of them moved.
Yeah, you know what they call that? They call that the full boss Monty. Kraid dead, space jump acquired for Smelon. We didn't get to see if we got a stand-up or not, but I'm going to guess by how fast that went that we did not have any stand-up shenanigans.
And this is why I want that little yellow pencil. I can draw a standing lizard on the screen for everyone. Just so we can pretend, you know, this is what it would be like if we saw it. That was a quick pop wound, though. Nice job by Pops.
Absolutely. We're about to get another high five here in the pre-Coliseum room. Oh, didn't get the charge. No attempt at a full halfie for Pops. And just everything coming up smelling this seed because we had space jump behind Mr. Kraid, and you know what that means? That means we get to go back through Coliseum a lot faster.
And it looks like Kraid is messing with the frame rate down here in Meridia. Meridia cannot handle the size of Kraid down here.
Yeah, unfortunately, we know while Kraid may have rented out Dragon's place, Kraid did forget to pay the internet bill, it appears.
Yeah. Although I guess
either
it's
that
tough,
or
tough to get internet at the bottom of the ocean.
Yeah, so far the difference in the race, just to recap, Smelon did do an out-of-logic X-ray check to get the ice beam, but the real difference has just been Smelon's had cleaner movement throughout, and because it's a vanilla map, we've been basically following the same route. And when both runners are doing the exact same route, it's just who can execute the cleanest, unfortunately.
Or fortunately, if you can execute the cleanest.
Well, it depends on which person you're rooting for and how that's going. And you're absolutely right. You know, the GT check didn't really pay off either for PapaSchmo. Screw attack, nice item, but definitely not going to make up the time that checking it was. So we will find Dragon here in Rex Ship. I anticipate Smelon will look behind Dragon just to see if maybe there's a charge beam there to make the ammo situation a little more comfy.
And speaking of who you want to root for, I only root for whoever's playing me because I can't stand that pigeon.
You know, to be fair, I always root for nobody because I'm always calming, and I am actually neutral in these races. I want to see both the runners execute good, have some of the best Super Metroid play of their lives, and just have an enjoyable time in the seed.
Well, honestly, yeah, absolutely. I don't actually root for anyone. I like seeing close races, and fortunately, I've been able to see a lot of them.
So, you know what else I root for, Salty? I got one other thing I root for.
What's that?
Well, first let me answer a question in chat. See, that's a Cheston. A chat question.
Nice recovery.
Are these best of one? These are best of one, but this is the Swiss phase of the tournament. So no one is getting eliminated today. Both of these runners are 2 and 2. To get to brackets, you have to be 3 and 3 or better. So both of these runners still have a chance to reach brackets.
Yeah, even with a loss today, this is only week 5, so one more week of Swiss and a chance to reach that bracket.
That's absolutely right. So now I was going to tell you what I was rooting for.
Oh yeah.
And what I'm rooting for is I'm rooting for chat to give both of these runners a follow because I think chat can do it. Chat, show me you can do it. Give these runners a follow. Look at this show they're putting on for us tonight. Look at how good they're playing this game. It's the easiest thing you can do. Doesn't cost you any money. The links have been dropped in chat by Nubian God. Let's follow them. And also, because giving out follows is free, don't forget to follow Nubian God, our tracker. Without Nubian God here tracking, we don't actually get a restream. So that in and of itself is worth a follow if you are not already following him. And follow my co-com, Salty Pigeon. Salty does stream occasionally and is more than willing to talk to you about just about anything in stream, as long as it's pigeon related, like breadcrumbs.
You cut a fine promo there, Adam. Thank you.
Hey, no worries. Occasionally I can pull those off. It's what I try to do.
No, normally you do a very good job at all those. But we have Pops going for a super duper short spark and nails it. E-Tank. That's a really nice refill right here.
Yeah, given the E situation for Pops, that is a very good thing to have found. In the meantime, we have Smelon at the bottom of the ocean. I was going to say pondering life decisions, but really the stream was just frozen. Let's see, does Smelon remember? Yes, Smelon remembers the ship.
And I think that memory was made easier by having 0 supers out of 60. But yes, very good news for Smelon. We don't have Charge Beam, but we have enough ammo on both sides to get this done now. So Pop's only one boss behind, gonna go up and meet Dragon. Smelon headed for the G4 statue, which is nicely already sunk in this mode.
Absolutely, some quality of life there where you get to see or not see a huge cutscene.
I love the exploding pirate stairs. That's what I'm gonna call this room from now on. That sound when you hit him with a missile. Exploding pirates.
Yep, that was exploding pirates, and we're going into Torian entrance, down the G4 elevator, into Bubble Pop Pop room, and then into Metroid room 1. Oh, Nubian, have more confidence in yourself. You provide free confidence boosts with your gameplay. Everyone should feel confident by their own gameplay, not by comparing themselves to others. Remember, folks, the battle is with the you of yesterday, not anybody else.
Unless you're in a boxing ring and fighting somebody else physically, then the battle's with that person.
Yeah, definitely.
Pretty bad. They're trying to punch you in the face. You know? What can you do?
So Mike Tyson used to say everybody has a plan until they get in the boxing ring and get hit in the face. And there's that X-ray scope for PapaSchmo. If we had Charge Beam and Plasma Beam, that would be a great pickup, but that was just a 7-second waste of time, unfortunately. Rip Dusty the Chozo statue.
You know, Mike Tyson has a lot of quotes, and you might have said the only one that's allowed on stream, so I applaud you, sir.
Hey, thank you. And we see Smelon is working on damaging down. Not going to really go for a baby skip. We have speed booster. We don't have high jump boots. That makes baby skip very, very difficult. Impressive can be done, but you have to really practice that. In the meantime, PapaSchmo about to face off with the shrimp. Question in chat: if you punch yourself in the face and hurt yourself, I'm adding the yourself, are you too weak or too strong? I don't know. I have never punched myself in the face. And there's the refills for Smelon. got full ammo. We should see... I don't know if Smelon will come back up and refill. I think Smelon still needs to at 50-60 or be super, super confident in their fighting.
That's a good question.
Not
sure.
taking a save.
And we are going for a Zeb skip. We're not going to do ammo refills.
All right, that's the Zeb skip. We're kind of committed now.
Yeah, we are locked in. This is crunch time. Oh no. The turret stole one of those missiles.
Yep.
Ooh.
It's the supers you don't want to lose. All right,
Very
we've
close.
got 54-25, so that
enough.
leaves us 7 missiles to spare or 3 supers.
So gonna have to be pretty darn accurate, but Smelon does have enough, and now has a larger target to hit without any turrets or onion rings. Or Rink isn't getting in your way.
Nothing to snipe you here. It would be really rude if you could kill onion rings with ammo.
Yeah, that would be pretty painful mentally. If that's what ended your run, because an onion ring blocked a missile.
Absolutely. We see we are to catch up. We have not missed any ammo. We are through MB2, damaging down.
One more. There it is. And very nicely done by Smelon. We are in cutscene mode. Pops is done with the gigantic shrimp monster.
Yep, gonna go check, what are we going to, what are we doing, Pops? We're checking Wreck Ship E.
Hoping for charge or ice or something. Now we know ice is all the way at X-ray. And
grapple beam, that's, like, if grapple and X-ray had been swapped, that would have been excellent for Pops, because a grapple kill on Dragon is faster, but that beam just completely useless at this point. Unfortunately, another 6.5 seconds of time loss that obviously, and most importantly, neither of those things is the difference in this race.
But logically, that is one of the ways to go get your ice beam at X-ray, and that's just really rude of the seed.
Absolutely. The other way, besides the bombs that we now have, would be the space jump.
Yes.
And we see the baby eating the onion rings, as the baby does every seed. PapaSchmo running along the bottom of the ocean, getting ready to make that trip to Torian.
Pops is either one more missile pack short, no, 2 missile packs short, or 1 super short. No, wait, 60. Pops just needs 1 missile pack or 1 super pack still.
That is correct. Let's see. Please hold. Doing math in my head. I think you can do this with shooting out the Zebs, breaking the glass, and then going back. But that is super, super gross to go do that a couple of times.
Yeah, that's
maybe
a long,
Pops
long
will... I'd head through Gauntlet, because there's 3 things back there, and it looks like Pops is thinking the way I think. In the meantime, Mother Brain 3 has been dispatched by Smelon into the escape. We have speed, we have space jump, we do not have screw attack, but that shouldn't matter very much. Space jump and screw attack right here in Gauntlet, showing the power.
Should be plasma. Oh, there's charge.
Oh, it's wonderful. Charge. Oh, how rude, Seed.
That's gotta wait. Although, when the runners were up here, they had 15 supers and 5 power bombs, so this wasn't really a thing you could do.
Yeah, they did not have the power bombs to get in and out. And let's see, there's supers back here. Pop says, I got charge now. I don't need you, you stinking supers. I'm out of here.
Yeah, this seed was just a big contradiction.
Yeah, that has been completely on brand for this seed as we see Smelon at the landing site approaching the ship.
GG's to Smelon.
Yep, let's get our GGs in chat for Smelon, your race winner with an official racetime.gg time of 48 minutes and 47 seconds as Pops is entering Torian.
Sub 50, that's really, really good. I've never once done sub 50.
Well, it depends on what
Beautifully
you
done.
define. Like, if you're defining your sub 50 as beating the whole game, yeah, that is an absolute treat. If you're defining sub 50 as getting the morph ball, I do that occasionally.
I'm defining sub 50 in a dash mystery seed, whether it's practice or a race.
And that is absolutely fair. I just don't play this game enough to be competitive with anyone. I mean, like, let me put it this way, chat. Nubian God visits my stream to get confidence boosts.
All right, I think Pops is going to have this done before the 10-minute delay on the start. So still pretty close for one out of the way check that worked. So I guess ice was all of the synonymous words with giant and colossal, and either way, it worked out. Did I lose you, Adam?
No, I was just concentrating on something real, like typing, which is hard for me to do. All right, and the astute people in chat will notice that the volume has been lowered. That is simply so we can bring PapaSchmo in here to talk about this seed with Smelon. They will be joining us shortly, both of them. And we are joined both by our race winner Smelon and our race runner-up PapaSchmo. GG's, gentlemen.
GG. Thank you. GG's. It was not the seed I was hoping for. I was talking about. I mean, it was pretty jetty and more or less straightforward. I was hoping to be able to snag a check or two here that Smelon wasn't going to try to get some sort of advantage. I don't feel like I played particularly bad, but you know, just didn't work out in my favor, and it made some silly mental mistakes here and there. But overall, I mean, not too bad. I'm not mad at it, but yeah, GG Smell.
GG. Yeah, I was pretty happy when I found out what the settings were with Chozo vanilla areas. I felt like that was a good seed for me. So, and then the way that the seed played out with the instant suits made me happy.
So, how about the early game with Oops All Supers?
Yeah, that was pretty funny. It was like 10 missiles, 40 supers at first.
Yeah, that was that's pretty interesting. I committed to ammo pretty early on. I figured I wasn't gonna get charged, and like classic Super Metroid Randomizer, it's the last item I pick up, of course. But yeah, lots of supers, lots of vanilla for sure. Wasn't what I was going for. I saw the two suits and I was like, well, guess I'm just gonna go check some out of the way stuff. I went up for alpha PBs, hoping that would be something. It wasn't anything terribly great. And then I went to, I think I cleared Upper Norfair as far as the majors go, and that didn't give me anything great. Went on a hunt for ammo coming out of Meridia, which I did a really weird routing to do to try to hunt for some more ammo because I was just going down. I think it was just an autopilot, and like went back into Botwoon's room, and I was like, oh, I didn't want to go here, but I guess I'll go check like Aqueduct and a sand pit on my way out, which just wasted time. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, this seed was the way we were watching it. It seemed like you were following Smelon's route almost exactly, Pops, minus the early X-ray check, and then just that's how it goes. Some seeds.
Yeah, I was practicing early X-ray before the race, and I felt confident in doing it, but I actively chose not to go do it because I was thinking that Smelling might. And since I had both suits, I was just like, no, just gonna skip it and see if I can save some time. But it ended up being ice, so
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how do you kind of decipher on making that decision mid-race when you're going through there? What makes you decide that I do want to spend the time to check something like X-ray, or this time I don't want to do it? I know Pop said you were looking to gain some time advantage there, but Smellin, what was your thought process on going for that? Is that just something that's always in your head to do, or is that a race by race situation?
I think you should like usually do it, especially if you don't have both suits. But since I did have both suits, so I was like I was going to skip both X-ray and Alpha PBs, but then I decided that the X-ray check is like really safe with both suits since you take a quarter of the damage as normal. So even if you mess up at the very end, you're not going to die. So I was like, I should probably just check it in case it's charge, ice, or speed. And then it was ice, so I was really happy with the ice. And then I was still really happy with the ice when I found out that it was shuffle. When I found out that Dragon wasn't at Kraid or Ridley, I was like, oh, that's really good because then PapaSchmo is gonna have to hunt for a Zepskip item, and then Speed was behind Ridley, and I was like, oh, never mind.
Okay, very cool. I like the inside knowledge. That's how I learn, but I appreciate it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, Ridley hiding good items all the time, at least in most of the seeds I've watched in the past 2 weeks.
And then I did the Kraid boss first because I could kill all the bosses, and then you can get if you get speed, then you want to get speed early rather than late to have it for longer. And then I cleared all the items in Upper Norfair looking for a way up worst room in the game, and then last item ended up being bombs, which was my way up. So then I knew that I could go do the single trip Norfair. So I was pretty happy with that bombs. But if we had like found bombs at, I don't know, like if I had gotten bombs at X-Ray or something, I probably would have tried to skip most of the items in Upper Norfair, but decided to check them so I could try to do Norfair in one visit.
Sweet, cool deal. Oh, we just got an animal taunt. Thank you, Pops. That was funny. And yeah, thank you both for dropping by for the chat. Yeah, the ice decision was the biggest question on my mind on how to decide whether you should take the time to do that or not. And Smell and I appreciate your time to talk with me. Adam, do you have any other questions?
The only other thing I would say is, from my perspective, when I was watching it, we got a lot of early ammo chozos, so that really made the X-ray chozo more likely to be something decent. But in the heat of a race, you might not have thought about that, because I'm like the best armchair Super Metroid player ever.
Oh yeah, it did like occur to me that we had found both super chozos already, but then I kind of forgot. So
yeah, I guess that makes some sense. But I mean, it could have been spring ball. It could have been a reserve tank. It could have been an energy tank. It could have been
Three
you
of the
know,
missiles that weren't found yet. So or
right.
two of the
Yep.
missiles. I mean 3 tanks or 2 missiles. Yeah, it could have been a lot of other things too. So
I mean, it's a fair point. It's good to count your chozos. Remember to count your chozos, folks. But yeah.
Yeah, don't count your chozos before you collect their items.
Mm-hmm. That's solid advice. That's what my mom told me before she sent me off to college. So.
All right, Salty. I don't have anything else. If you have anything else, you can, or the runners have anything else. Otherwise, Salty, you can take us home.
okay.
Just a solid thanks all around to all the people on scene and behind the scenes, and good luck, Smelon. I don't know who you're facing next, but good luck with it.
Thank you. Yeah, good luck to you. Hopefully you can make the playoffs next week.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, folks. Well, that about wraps us up. I want to thank both the runners for putting on a great show for us. Anyone in chat, please give them a follow. Adam put the command in there to show you their Twitch stuff. Thank you to SpeedGaming, giving us a place to restream, and thank you to Newbie and God for being here, allowing the restream to happen. No tracker, no restream, no good. But everything was good. It was cool. Yeah, that's all I got, folks. So thank you very much. We will check you out tomorrow. We got a couple races tomorrow, 5 o'clock, and I can't see the other one. Anyway, check the Speed Gaming channel for the schedule, but there's one tomorrow at 5 Eastern, I know for sure. Thank you all. Have a great night, and we'll see you next mission.
See everyone next mission.